So now in the edit product page, this page, we need to activate this form, and we also need to get the product information first and display the old information, the old details here. So to get the old details, we can make a query or pass the old query, pass the old data from here. We can pass the old data from here, or we can make a new query from this page. So let's create a new query here because it's easy. I think it's not gonna take any time. You can here say PHP, and then remember the code is here. You can copy the code from here, this code, and then paste it here. And I'm just gonna say statement 1, just statement, not even one. And then I'm gonna say select all from products where product underscore ID is equal to the product ID. So the product ID, we got the product ID from the page, from the get request. I'm going to say here if we have the get, then I'm going to say product underscore ID. If we have this, we can now add this code inside. Else, we can say header, and then products.php, and then exit. And here prepare select all from products where product ID is equal to the product ID. So I'm going to create a variable here, product ID is equal to get product ID, and then we pass here the product ID, or we add a question mark, and then in a new line we can say statement bind param, and then we bind the the product ID, and then comma product ID. And then here don't forget to say statement get result. Pretty simple. Lastly, we need to say here product, not products, product, singular. And then in the bottom, we need to display the old information, the old product information. So instead of displaying in the fields, the values, here the title is going to be here value, and the value is going to be equal to PHP, and then product. Then we need to copy this code, this value, and then paste it in every single field we have. We have here the product description, and then we have the product price, and then we have the category. The category is going to be here. This is a little tricky, but I'm going to work on it later. And then the color, I'm going to say here I'm going to say here product color. And then for the special offer, I'm going to say product special offer. And then edit button, it's just going to be edit button. We don't have to do anything. Lastly, we need to add two things. First, we need to say echo, and then we need to here also say echo, and here we need to say echo, and here we need to say echo, and here as well echo. And lastly, we need to add a loop, because even though this is not a this is an array of only one object, therefore we need to add a loop here. So I'm gonna say here for each first we need to add PHP for each product as let's say products as product. and then curly bracket, and then PHP, and then we close it at the end. We close it here. We close it here. However, we need to edit something very important. We need to edit something very important, which is the name of the variable. So the name of the variable at the top, it should be products now, even though it's one product. I'm gonna get only one product, but here I'm gonna say products because it's gonna be an array. This is gonna return an array. So let me now save and head on over to the browser to test. So now in the browser, let me refresh. Let me click on edit, and if I click on edit, it's gonna display the old information. So here it's gonna display the product. Actually here it should say product. I shouldn't be saying product ID. I should say product name here. Product name. So let me refresh one more. Let me go and refresh one more time. Now I should get the old information. If I click on edit, I'm gonna get the old information here. Green bag, awesome green bag, 155 bags, white, and special offer 0. The next thing that we need to do is that we need to activate this edit button so that the user will be able, or the admin will be able to edit information regarding this product.